Thank you, Sister Nandika. Yeah, today I think it's a good day, a Malaysia Day that we gather together. Yeah, I mean after so many months, we didn't have any gathering of Dhamma. And today I told Mejipunisa, I said, very nice, after so many months, coming back here, to have the Dhamma activity again, So the topic today is about conviction, in Dhamma practice, So in conjunction with this Bhikkhuni Day, then I thought this topic will be more important, for us to contemplate on. So now when we say conviction in Dhamma practice, right? So firstly, I think we need to understand, of course, the word Dhamma. Dhamma, most of us, we say Dhamma, 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 right? But what is Dhamma, right? So I think in simple form, Dhamma, when you see the Pali root, Dhamma means to uphold, uphold your mind up from falling into woeful states. So if we reflect in our mind, daily, do you think Dhamma more or Adhamma? Adhamma means not Dhamma. In our mind state every day, is it Dhamma more or Adhamma? 90% Adhamma. Well, Rupa REM doesn't mean that physically, mentally it can be also, the realm of suffering, woeful, meaning the mind is down, So like every day when we look into our mind, we see, why is it not in the Dhamma realm? And mostly people will laugh at it. They say, oh, Adhamma more than Dhamma. But we have been into the Buddhist practice for a long, long time now, right? But why is it Adhamma still but not Dhamma? Still Putujana. So it means still a lot of craving, right? So now we have to look into it, you see. And we say conviction. Conviction means you have that, it's not a belief, It's not something like hearsay or something that people talk about. But conviction means you sincerely and confidently, embrace the Dhamma. Why? Unless you see the Dhamma, right? If you don't see the Dhamma, then there's no conviction because you still like half-hearted, like believe, not believe like that. Then you still go around here and there trying to find the truth, isn't it? So this is where I say, our time, I think we all did not realize, we are so fortunate actually, that this Dhamma that the Buddha discovered, after taking so many aeons of life, wishing and seeking for the truth, for this Dhamma to be realized. And finally, the Buddha went through so many, as you hear the history of how the Buddha seek the truth. And after beginning, of course, through the worldly life, through the worldly pleasure that he enjoyed, that the Father gave him. But having contemplated, he found that is not the answer because it doesn't maintain that peace of mind, that upliftment of the mind. Having enjoyed, let's say, singing, watching people dancing, and having pleasurable food, nice shelter, and plenty of women around, and you just wish all these things would come, right? And after that, he knows that this is not the way to the Dhamma, And next, he went to self-mortification, thinking that this body is a burden, for enlightenment. And so he go to the extreme of even take 1 grain a day, and if fruit never fall from the tree, he won't take. Even taking to the extent of not breathing, to find the truth. And again, the Buddha found by self-mortification, this is not the way to the experiencing of Dhamma, to the real Dhamma, the real truth that frees us actually. So because of his, seeking and determination to find the truth, of course, finally he found the truth. And we are today here, 2,560 years or 2,600 years after. We are so fortunate that this teaching, is still here for us to embrace, for us to practice. But yet, maybe, we might have gone through many, many years, but the conviction is still dwindled. I shared with some of you last time, the other day, there's an uncle, while I was morning walk in front of Ayya, he called me. Then he told me that he has been into the Dhamma for some time. But he said, oh, Venerable, maybe I should come to your place, and then I want to discuss with you and to see, which path I should go. I haven't found the path how I should practice the Dhamma. But he said he had been going to temple for 40 years. So, suddenly something struck in my mind. I said, my gosh, 40 years old, still cannot see the path. So what are we doing then? We have been in and out, in and out, in and out. Seems to be learning the Dhamma. But how come after 40 years, still we don't have this conviction in our heart that this is the path? So that's why the Buddha said, in one of the suttas, he said, sometimes, our mind, if we are not mindful, we will be just like a ladle in the soup. We are in the soup, it seems that we know. But when asked, we do not know. We don't even remember. Like simple thing, like we say, okay, Fold of Truth. Many Buddhists still Noble Eightfold Path, still right? Why? Because there's no conviction in learning and practicing the Dhamma. It's just sini dengar, kiri dengar, kanan keluar. Kanan dengar, kiri keluar. So if, let's say, in that kind of practice, that's why the mind will be floating with the Dhamma most of the time, not Dhamma. So that's why when they are, faced with adversity, then we cannot face it. Because why? It's Dhamma. Dhamma weaken the mind, make the mind fall into those Dhamma quality. What are the Dhamma quality? Of course, it's those quality of craving, attachment, lust, that which cause you suffering. Or ill will, jealousy, envy, always have upset, frustration. All these are Dhamma. Yeah? So it brings your mind down. A lot of time people say, I don't know. I don't know. So like late chief said, if you know the electricity can actually shock people to death, you go and touch and then say, I don't know. Before they say, I don't know, they die already. Isn't it? So ignorant. So we cannot be, having this, because this will definitely bring suffering. Wu Fu said, in that state, the mind is not uplift. When the mind is not uplift, so what are the realm that the mind is uplifted one? It's basically fortunate, we say human realm but not all human, their mind are good. So they must be cultivated. Yeah. So in this way, that's why we have to understand. Yeah. So the taste. Yeah. We don't have to go and taste many kinds of fruit. And the Buddha said, if let's say a ladle in the soup means cannot taste the soup, then it's really a pity, right? You're in the soup but cannot taste the soup. But what is the best taste? The Buddha said, the best taste of all the tastes is the taste of Dhamma. Yeah, so that is the best taste. No need to go Musang King or what diet and all kinds of things, right? So the taste of Dhamma is the best taste of all tastes, right? So one day, just to give you an example on this conviction, how this conviction will lead to other cultivation of the mind. For example, one day, this Mahanama, the Buddha was in this Kapilavastu, in Negroda Park. So this Mahanama, I think is one of his relatives, of the Sakyas. He came and visited the Buddha, and he told the Buddha, I said, Lord, we have been practicing. When we come to temple, we feel good, everything. But then, when we go out, then we see the elephant run away, horse run away, people run away, all the many things is around. When you come out from the temple, in the temple, maybe your mind can be quite Dhamma. You think of good things, thinking of good things, speaking of good things, and then, practicing good things. But then out from let's say, the place, Then you start to see, just like you go KL City, right? Or I see the tower, you see the shopping mall, you see all those things. Then I say, our mind become muddled. Yeah? Become muddled, he said. So when our mind become muddled, we forget the Dhamma, we forget the Buddha, we forget the Sangha already. And then he said, a thought came to me. He said, what if I were to die now? What will be my destiny then? Suddenly the thought come to his mind, because the mind become muddled already, and he forgot about this, he forgot about the way of Dhamma. He said, what will happen to me if I die at a time? Yeah? Where will be my destination? So he asked the Buddha, so he's a little bit concerned with his own thought. Yeah? So then the Buddha said, Mahanama, you have been practicing, in a way, you have conviction in the Buddha. And you also nurture your mind with virtue. And you also nurture your mind with, first is it has conviction in the Buddha, second, virtue. Third, he said, you are also nurtured with learning, means consistently learning the Dhamma. Yeah? And the fourth, he said, you also nurture with relinquishment. Relinquishment means you cultivate relinquishment, not to heap more and more, but to let go more and more. Relinquishment means not attached to things so much, means the more you are letting go, right? And the last one is nurture with discernment, means you analyze the Dhamma. You find meaning, you analyze, you practice, you examine, and then you test it out, and then you self-correction continuously. So in this way, he said, then you do not worry. If this body were to be one day break up, then need not worry. The mind that is cultivated, they flow up. So what are these 5 things that can help us to stay with the Dhamma, to convict ourselves to practice the Dhamma, so that the resultant of our practice, it is the one that makes us very confident, very realized, we will be with the Dhamma. So first one, conviction in the Buddha. So conviction in the Buddha, many people, if you ask them, who is the Buddha? What is Buddha? Where is Buddha? Sometimes we still ponder, who is Buddha? So we always associate the word Buddha to a person. Buddha as a person. Because of that thinking, and a lot of Buddhists, they not only associate the Buddha as a person, they associate the Buddha as just an image. So that's why when people tell them, oh, you worship idol, then they start to feel very uneasy. Because why? They do not understand. Because from young, parents bring them, now you go and pai, then they go and pai. So they pai to the Buddha image. Buddha image is a symbol, for the focus of the mind. But is that Buddha? No, right? So this is where that we have to understand. When we say conviction in the Buddha, if we do not know who the Buddha is or what Buddha is, and how can one develop to Buddhahood, then how are we going to have the conviction? It's just like when you don't have confidence, when you say, why do you send your children to certain school to learn something? Because you have conviction, that school will produce good students, let's say, for example. Or let's say you say, if your friend recommends something, very nice, don't know which food, very nice at where, would you go there so far just to eat one food? But because you have the conviction, right, that this person must have tasted and it's good that, then he showed the way, then I should go and taste it, right? But the thing is, when we do not know what Buddhahood is all about, that's why we do not have the strong affiliation. Especially Buddhists, we say we are free to choose. So we choose everything and anything according to our liking and disliking, right? But firstly, that's why we have to understand when we talk about Buddha, the word Buddha, right? Bud means to awaken. So Buddha, we say the awakened one, Buddha, awakened one. So one who's awakened, but awakened here means is relating to the utmost, that the wisdom that the mind can realize. Yeah, enlightenment. We call it enlightenment. So that is what we are awakening to that. Yeah, so it is not per se so much on a person that we refer to, but of course we refer to Sakyamuni, Gotama Buddha, right? He is one who has walked this path and discover, and then he showed us the path. It is not that he created to become a Buddha. No. Dhamma is already there. It's through Dhamma that the Buddha realized. Yeah. So means this, when we say the Buddha, means is the awakening through the Dhamma. That's why the Buddha said the Dhamma is the teacher. Buddha is, after having realized the Dhamma, that he termed himself, he has this awakening to that Dhamma. So that's why it's referred to the one who is awakened to the Dhamma, the Buddha. So of course the Buddha, when we say conviction to the Buddha, again when we recite, in chanting, normally we chant Itipiso Bhagava, right? So there are 9 special qualities, supreme qualities of an awakened one, or the awakening. So the Buddha have these main 9 qualities, yeah? So the first one we say the blessed one, right? The worthy one means free from great hatred delusion. This is a quality. As a perfect enlightened means whichever that talks about this enlightenment, whether you talk what it is, the cause of it, the end of it, the way to end it, the Buddha knew the way. Not like short-handed 90% or 99%, is complete 100%. He know the path. Vijacharana Sampano Sugato Lokavido. Vijacharana Sampano means endowed with insight and perfect conduct. The action is according to the Dhamma. The insight, according to the Dhamma. And the Buddha is also one who has accomplished, fully accomplished the way to the Dhamma. And he is a teacher of gods and men. And he is a master that can train people, for those who are able to be trained. Not everybody also, because the Buddha also have the skill and perfection to know who can be trained, who cannot be trained, because due to their own karma. And this is where, when we say we look into the quality of the Buddha, so when we say we have conviction in the Buddha, meaning we know that there arise in this world, and this awakening path, this Dhamma that can lead people to freedom. And the Buddha did it, and the Buddha showed the way. And so there we have this sutta, a lot of it, thousands of them, to guide and share the path. And if we are able to, to learn and to practice it, then we too can accomplish this way to ultimate freedom from suffering. So when we say conviction in the Buddha, that's why we are convicted to the Buddha's quality. Not the person, remember? It's the awakening quality. These are all the qualities that free one from cycle of samsara.